Boom shakalaka, Bitcoin to $110,000 real soon. Here's why. Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, Bitcoin to $110,000 soon. Prediction by the same guy who called for $70,000 Bitcoin back when it was almost 100. And here's exactly why. Before we get into it, like the video, join us on Twitter at @Crypto_Love, and of course, subscribe to the OG Bitcoin Crypto YouTube channel, making daily-ish Bitcoin videos longer than anybody else. Now today, Fear and Greed at 45, almost dead neutral out of yesterday's and last week's fear. The overall market up 3.5%, Bitcoin at 87,797, Ethereum 2895, XRP 247, BNB 629, Solana 142, Dogecoin 17 cents, Cardano 73 cents, and Tron 22 cents. And Bitcoin, while still in this downtrend, you might notice there is a bit of an uptrend forming right here that would have us breaking out by roughly April Fool's Day if price can continue. Price just recently did not only break through the 200-day moving average, but also the 21 EMA, which would have ended the best buying opportunity for Bitcoin, because anytime in a bull market that you can buy it below the 21 EMA is an amazing buying opportunity. Now, it should be said, I was wrong. 100% wrong. I said that Bitcoin would hit $108,000 by March 24th. Well, it's March 24th. Bitcoin is not $108,000. So I was wrong. Sorry about that one. But let's move on looking at some other people who may be wrong. Well, Tony the Bear, once again, bearish prediction for Bitcoin. And I'm just starting with the bearish stuff because, hey, it could be right. He says comparing Bitcoin 2017 versus Bitcoin now is like comparing apples to oranges. He says very clear double top on this Fisher transform. And previous times, those were double tops in the cycle. 2017 did not have that. One of these looks different. He says bearish scenario, price is going down. Now, would I trust Tony, the former bull, now the bear? No. I would trust Arthur Hayes. He's been right time and time again. When Bitcoin was like $100,000 and everybody's like, it's going up to $1 million. He said, no, it's going down to 70, and it almost hit 70. It hit like 78 or something like that, 76.5. Now, one of the reasons why bears may be correct is because, well, we're starting to see stuff like this, 0% loan to buy Bitcoin. Now, that does mathematically make sense because even on worst averages, you take away all the best years for Bitcoin and it still gets like 20 to 30% returns. So you can borrow at 0%, get 20%. Yeah, seems like a good thing. But going into debt to buy as speculative assets can be considered risky bubble behavior. So that's just one flag that I saw recently that could confirm maybe it is a double top. I don't know. But I would listen to Arthur Hayes, former CEO of BitMEX. He says, I bet Bitcoin hits $110,000 before it retests $76,500. Why? The Fed is going from quantitative tightening to quantitative easing for treasuries, and tariffs don't matter cause transitory inflation. Jay Powell told him so. He'll expound in his next essay, which definitely looking forward to. That's a TLDR for our TikTok peanut brains. That's right. He thinks $110,000. Now, again, I mentioned back around Valentine's Day, which was right around this area, Bitcoin hovering just below $100,000 when everybody was saying, hey, this is the last thing before it goes back up. He said, no, going down to 70 is a lot more likely. And what did we hit? 76 point something? Yeah, exactly. He was spot on that time, likely to be spot on once again. We can see global liquidity is reaching new all-time highs. First move down for Bitcoin dominance is close now. Relief rally for altcoins coming soon. Definitely potential with global liquidity expansion. It goes into assets like Bitcoin and altcoins. Everything you need to know in what comes next for Bitcoin. This is a liquidity weighted business cycle. And as it breaks downtrends, what do you think happens? Well, this lines up with banana territory. The cycle may not be over just yet. Could be that it may just last until the end of the year, like a lot of people are speculating. Right now, Bitcoin is oversold. You can see touching this green oversold line down here. History shows us that this is generally nothing to worry about. This is the bottom. Bitcoin price goes up from here. As a matter of fact, while some people say, yes, based on some things, it doesn't look like 2017, based on other things, it kind of does look like 2017. This is 2017. We had the bottom, we had some sideways accumulation, we had a downtrend, and then a huge correction mid-cycle. And I remember that because I got in pretty much right after that huge correction. That's when I first started looking at Bitcoin and figuring out what it was. And guess what? Market sentiment was kind of mixed bag. I remember it went from like 3,000 to 2,000. Maybe I got in actually right when that was happening, I think. Because I remember price went up to $3,000. It went up very quickly, and then it came down to 2,000 and some change. And I was like, oh, maybe. I don't know what this thing is. But then the next 3 months were spectacular. So maybe that huge correction is what we have right here. The next 2-3 months could be spectacular. Right now, Bitcoin miners are taking a bloodbath. This is the CoinShares Bitcoin Miners ETF. And WGMI loses 55%, its steepest drawdown since Q4 of 2023. Now, that was back here. Guess what? WGMI grew 3x after that. Is it time to be greedy when others are fearful? Is there a big move? Could we see another huge move? Yeah, it's quite possible, especially when you consider stuff like this. The White House says gold reserves may be used to purchase Bitcoin. Now, I mean, I know you don't care about my 2 cents. I do think that's kind of risky. I mean, because we can't prove that Bitcoin is 100% secure. It's been secure for the past, 13 or 15 years, however long it's been around now. But we can't prove that there's not some hidden backdoor that no one's found yet, can we? I don't think we can. And so, but what they're saying is that a senior White House official hints at the possibility of the U.S. utilizing its gold reserves to acquire more Bitcoin. That's right, selling gold to buy Bitcoin. And if the U.S. does that, you think other countries might follow? Possibly. It's quite possible that people might start dumping gold for Bitcoin, and Bitcoin could be the world reserve currency, which would be freaking nuts. But if that happened, well, you think the price of Bitcoin would go up? $500,000 would be like easy if that happened. And go figure that the same time this article comes out, historically, crazy anti-Bitcoiner Peter Schiff, he's always dumping on Bitcoin, talking about how awesome gold is. And now he wants Bitcoin for his birthday. For transparency, he moved his strategic Bitcoin reserve from an exchange to a hardware wallet. Today is his 62nd birthday to build a reserve in budget neutral way. Just like the US government, in lieu of gifts, I'm accepting Bitcoin. He gives his Bitcoin address right down here. And take a look at this. That Bitcoin address already in a day has almost $5,000 in Bitcoin sent there. How about that? Is he going to turn into a Bitcoin millionaire? Let's hope not. I mean, it happened with people who contribute a lot, like Andreas Antonopoulos, but let's hope not Peter Schiff. Which brings us to our last point. Before the episode ends, this is one thing that makes you feel good. Right now, in 2025, if you use the 4% rule to replace the median US income and 4% of that, and you plot Bitcoin price and family income prices rising and all of that, if you spend 4% of your assets your initial year of retirement and then adjust for inflation each year going forward, you'll be unlikely to run out of money, which based on the book Die with Zero is a completely inefficient way to use your money. But I digress. Turns out, right now you need roughly 20-some Bitcoin. But in just a few years, in the 2030s, you need less than 2 Bitcoin. And it's going to keep on going down and down and down after that because, remind me, can they make more Bitcoin? Is there quantitative easing for Bitcoin? I didn't think so. There's only ever 21 million, which means, well, at least in my TikTok peanut brain, that the price will continue going up forever. So that's all for this episode. If you enjoy it, there's a playlist right up there. Altcoin price predictions. Who knows? Alt season might be on the way. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Love you. Peace.
Boom. Shakalaka.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.
From now on, if you don't own Bitcoin, you're a moron.